Hello everyone, thank you very much for joining. My name is Burcut and I am a professional trader, and today I am going to show you one of my expert advisors. One of the things that I do aside from trading is to develop expert advisors. The pair that I'm going to use for today's demonstration is the well-known Euro USD. I am going to make a backtest from 2013 up to 2018 February the 23rd. We are going to use a low spread of 0.2 of a pip, which is actually very accessible nowadays. Many of the brokers will offer you a very low spread, and on top of that they are going to add a commission, as is the case with the broker that I'm testing right now. The initial deposit is going to be 10,000, and we are going to use a lot size of 25, so that's 25 lots per trade, a stop loss of 1 pip with a take profit of 3 pips. We are going to trade during the morning hours between 9 to 11, and in the afternoon between 13:30 to 19:30. Let's start the test. And we have started. As you can see, the robot is trading and it is generating very linear profits. It is very aggressive with the profits because the lot size that we are trading, it's fairly large, although the deposit it's not that big. $10,000, it's not really a very big size account. Now you're probably wondering, what is this video all about? I am here to show you one of my projects, and it's actually an expert advisor that I have developed during the past 2 years, I think. And this is one of the settings of the expert advisors. It can trade on different settings. This is just one of the settings. So the results that you are seeing are based on a particular setup. There are different setups for the expert advisors. I will post more videos on the results that it can actually generate, and I will also post the results from real life trading on my account. So I'm not talking about a demo account, I'm talking about a real money account. It's a totally different setting than the one that I'm showing you right now. So yes, the results are going to be different. Now let's get back to what I'm trying to do here. Now I have to tell you that this is not an advertise for the expert advisor. I am not planning on selling this particular expert advisor to anyone, so you will not see any links in the description. I'm not here to promote any broker, any kind of service. I'm not here to promote myself, and I'm not here to uh, uh, tell you that I want to teach you guys how to do things, or anything like that. What I'm trying to do is to show you that this kind of robots, they really exist and they really work. And I will also explain you how it works and when it works and for whom uh, uh, do those tools work, because this is not something realistically accessible to everyone. So as you can see, very linear growth, no massive drawbacks on the account, only very small ones. Very good and linear profits generated. Let's look at the results and see where we got to. So we are already 1 year past, and we have generated 10 millions, around 10 millions. Okay, now what this robot does is it uses a mathematical algorithm. So behind of its entry and exit decision, there's no regular indicators that you're familiar with, anything like stochastic, like RSI, like MACD, like Heikin-Ashi, Brenko charts, or things like that. No, this is pure mathematical approach. It has nothing to do with the traditional trading. And like I said, the reason why I'm showing you this robot, it's not because I'm trying to sell it to you guys. It's just because I saw a couple of videos online of some trading robots. All of them for trying to advertise their results and trying to sell them to people. No, I'm not going to sell this particular robot to anyone. This is something I have developed, and I will use it mostly for me. Uh, the only reason why I'm posting is because I want you guys to understand that not all expert advisors are fakes, and not all expert advisors are not real. This particular one, for example, it will not work on a million years on a normal retail trader. Although I am making this test on a regular MT4 platform on a regular account. This is no special MT4 account for a proprietary trading company or a hedge fund or anything like that. This is the regular retail trader. It's actually the platform that I'm using for my real account. So yes, I do trade as a professional trader. I work for a proprietary trading company. I trade my own account, and I also trade uh, several private investors accounts. So when I trade for the proprietary trading, there's a different story. That's a totally different platform. But on my account and on my investors account, I use regular MT4 accounts for trading. Now, to get back to the robot that I'm showing you right now, like I said, it uses a mathematical approach, and the reason why it is not accessible to the normal trader is very simple. As you can see, for the test, I'm using zero point 0.2 pips spread. On top of that, on a regular trading account, you will get a commission. The commission is going to be on a good broker around $7 on a round term, maybe 5 on a round term. I mean, I really don't know any retail broker that will go under 5 for now. In order for this particular setup to work, what you will need is a really low commission. And you will say, okay, but how do I get that? That's something that's usually being given to the very high volume traders. And what do I mean by very high volume? The commission that you're paying over a traded lot. So for example, you're trading let's say 100, maybe 200 lots a month, and even that will give you the possibility to negotiate from $7 to maybe 6.5. If you are generating a lot of lots like this trading robot does. Now we are somewhere around 17 millions, if I'm right. Just let me check. Yes, somewhere around 17. And we have executed by now around 230,000 trades. Now 230,000 trades multiplied by 25 lots, that will give you a very high amount of traded lots. And when you do that, you can actually negotiate your commission. But if you go to a normal broker, to a normal retail broker, and you ask for a decrease of the commission, they will not be able to offer you a very good decrease. They will probably cut $2, maybe $3 if you're lucky. In order to set up an account that will actually allow this kind of expert advisor to work, you will need to go and open an account directly with the liquidity providers. And a liquidity provider is actually the guys that are providing funds to the broker so that you can use leverage to execute trades. So there are two ways of using this kind of trading robots. One would be to work directly with the liquidity providers and use an aggregation between a set of liquidity providers just to get the better spread, and because of the volume you are going to get a very low commission. And when I say low commission, I'm talking about $2 on a round turn, $1.5, maybe even one lot on a round turn traded lot, standard lot. So that's actually 5 times, 4 times, 7 times lower than what you get on a normal account. And the reason being is that the broker has to make money. It has to pay for employees, has to pay for affiliates. There are many costs of running a broker, and uh, they cannot realistically give you what they get from the liquidity provider. In order for you to get a deal with a liquidity provider, you can't just go like a retail trader and say, hey, I have uh, I don't know, 10,000, 20,000, 100,000 US dollars, and I want to set up an account with you guys because I have this tool that will generate a lot of lots. No, that's not how it works. You have to actually go as a company and have a contract with them. You don't really have to go expose your strategies and things like that. You just need to prove that you can generate a certain amount of lots, and they will give you a very low spread, which is easily to get just by using aggregation. Because the way that price is being made is very simple. Sometimes there's no spread on the euro US dollar if you're directly connected to the markets and to the liquidity providers, because there's an X, there's a Y, and there's a Z, and all of those guys are liquidity providers. The X has the best buy price, and the Y has the best sell price. And sometimes the sell price is going to be higher than the buy price from the X to the Y, and that's how it works. You can get a very low spread, and by very low spread I mean constant uh, 0.1, zero point 0.2, or even zero spread. The problem with the MT4 is that it cannot go with positive spreads. It cannot do that. It's just how it's been built. Now, to get back to the subject, the other way, the second way that you can do it, so the first one is to negotiate a deal directly with the liquidity providers and set up an account to connect directly with the exchanger. The other way is to directly connect to the exchanger without using a liquidity provider and use your own funds. But if in order to do that, you really have to have a lot of money. I'm talking about uh, uh, a lot of millions, because one lot is actually 100,000. So if you want to trade 25 lots, that's 2.5 millions just for the position that I'm showing you right now. But apart from that, there are a lot of fees that you have to pay that are very expensive. So yeah, you have to have very large pockets in order to connect yourself directly to the exchanger. That's usually done by hedge funds, proprietary trading companies like the one that I'm working with, and usually entities that have a lot of cash at their disposal to trade on the markets. This kind of setup is actually made especially for high volatility instruments with very low spread. So if you're watching this and you're into stock trading markets and things like that, this kind of setup will never work for you guys, just because the volatility is very low. Now, the algorithmic mathematical algorithm behind this trading robot, it's actually uh, based on the volatility, on the volume of the move. Let's take for example a day when the euro US dollar is going to move 100 pips. Now, for the sake of the example, let's say that this is an 61 pips move up. Okay, so what happens is that the market goes up, but it doesn't really go up in a straight line like this one. Boom, and it's up and the day it's over. No, it doesn't work that way. What it does is it moves up, then it goes down a bit, and it moves up again, and it goes down a bit again, and it keeps doing that until it reaches a certain level. Now, the full move is actually the full move of 61 pips, as we have right here, of 60 pips or of 60 pips. It's actually composed of probably 2000 pips, just because the market goes up and it goes down, goes up and goes down, goes up and goes down, goes up and down, and it keeps doing that the whole day. Now, The way that the algorithm behind the robot works is related to the smaller moves. This is a scalping model, and I don't know if you guys are familiar with the term black box, but this is actually uh, how black box work. It will hunt very smooth moves on the market, just because, I mean, normally what you see is this move, and this is the move that you're out for. You want to catch those 60 pips somehow, and you will use normal and regular indicators. Some of you guys probably are using custom indicators that you have built. I don't know, there are probably going to be some professional traders that are going to see this. So yeah, you're using indicators, you're using support and resistance levels and things like that to hunt the big move. Now on a black box, you you kind of go outside the box. That's I know it sounds funny. On a black box you go outside the box. You don't really go for the full move. That's traditional trading, and yes, I'm doing that. I'm not trading only this kind of strategies. I'm also trading the uh, classical strategies, and I'm hunting on a breakout on things like that, just as you do, guys. But this particular moves, this scalping model that I'm using with the algorithmic entry, the way that it calculates the move, and when the market moves in a certain direction for a certain amount of pips, uh, based on a mathematical scale, it will enter. And because there are so many moves to be captured, as you can see, there is a lot of profit into it. Now, if I'm using the very same robot, and I'm setting it to hunt only those moves. So let's say that this is up, I believe, a 30 pips. Yes, 30 something pips. It will get this move, and then it will get this move probably, but all the moves in between are lost. As you can see, let's take this candle for example. It is a candle that's going up, but it's not going up, it's also going down. So there's a lot of movement in this candle that can be exploited, and that's how this algorithm works. It exploits the smaller movements, and it will trade on based on the smaller moves of the market. Now I'm not saying that you should do that, or I'm not saying that this is the only way to do it. Now, the only reason that I'm trying to explain how this robot works is because I want to tell you guys that these kind of tools exist, and they are being used by the people who have them. Even if I wanted to sell you guys this is not something that you will be able to use unless, like I told you, you would have access to those special conditions. If any of you guys are working with a liquidity provider or anything like that, then yes, this would be a wonderful tool for you. But like I said, I'm not really willing to sell it. I'm just here to show you that they do exist and they do work. There are many videos online of all kind of trading robots, and some of them look legit, some of them don't. I'm not really sure. I'm not here to really analyze other people's materials, but I don't really want to promote myself and say, hey, I'm the best trader, look what I can do. No, that's not the point. The reason why I'm posting those videos is because I want to show another side of the trading to people. Of course, retailers are being misinformed. You're being fed up with all kind of trading strategies, and I've seen so many trading gurus and so many videos. Hey, come here, I'll tell you how to draw two lines, and if you use stochastic like that and MACD like that, then you're going to be profitable. It doesn't really work like that. I mean, in order to really succeed in the markets, you have to know those things. Obviously, you need to know what a MACD is, you need to know what a Heikanshi is, what a Renko does, and all those things. You need to know those things. Obviously, you need to know what a resistance is. You need to know many things. You need to understand why the market moves, how it moves, what are the macro news, and how are they influencing the market. You need to have all this kind of information, but that's only one side of the trading. The guys that are actually making a lot of money are not using only the traditional methods. And I am actually going to show you that this is just a test run, but I am going to post videos of the very same robot with different settings on a real account trading, and you will see what results it can generate. Now, the account that I will be posting videos from is the very same account that I'm using to trade my own funds. It's one of the real funded account that I have, and I am going to post trades on regular spreads, not this kind of special conditions. I'm going to work with a spread on Euro USD, which it fluctuates from 1.2 to 1.5, 1.7 sometimes, and I'm also going to use JBP USD, which it's around 2 pips, 1.8 to maybe 2.2 sometimes. So that you can see that these kind of tools really exist, and they really work, and they are really being used by those guys who have them. Uh, why am why am I telling you this? There's there's a there's a generic public opinion that expert advisors don't work. That's not true. That's really not true. Most of the guys that have expert advisors that really work, they will not sell them. It's simple as that. They just because it it will generate you profits. You don't need to sell them to make money. It makes no sense trying to sell it, taking all this time to advertise it, and things like that. If you're a real trader and a good trader and you're having results, you already have money. You don't have the time to do all these kind of things. I'm already trying to think, okay, so I'm, like I said, I'm trading for the proprietary trading company. I trade for myself, and I trade for private investors. I don't know how much time I will have, but I will get those videos of couple of minutes. This is a very long one, because as you can see, the period for the test is very long. Let's see, so we got to 2016. There's one more year, 1 year and a half to go, and I will post those videos with real live trading from real account. And it's kind of how I would like to show the world the real life of trading. It's not a TV show. It's not showing off or things like that. I'm just gonna try to show you guys results. I'm not trying to teach anybody anything. I think that I am one of the worst teachers in the world. I mean, I obviously have friends that have asked me to teach them how to trade, and I've tried, but it didn't really work. They're still doing other things, not trading. So obviously, I cannot really connect with people and tell them what to do and how to do. Uh, the reason why I'm saying many things in regards to uh, some of the details that are not being showed to the public is just because I want to show, like I said, a different face of trading, not the commercial one, the one that's making you buy more stuff and invest more, and it's continuously giving you hope. I would just post videos with my losses and my wins, and you have to understand that trading is not really always easy, and it's, let's be honest, it's not for each and every person like it is advertised. It's not that easy. You need to have a learning curve. You need to get your system, and after you get your system, you need to make sure that you understand it, and you need to make sure that you can execute it. I mean, I have an appetite for risk which is not that big, and probably some of you guys have a bigger appetite for risk, and that makes us different, and being different will give us a different approach. So if we are using the same strategy, we will get different results, because probably you are going to hold the trade longer than I do. So you're making 10,000 US dollars in a single day, and I'll probably make only 500, just because I chickened out of the trade earlier, and things like that are as real as possible, and they are happening every single day. Not every person it's made to trade. Not everyone can understand trading. You have to be extremely well organized, and you have to be extremely in control of yourself in order to be able to be consistent. And even though you'll have a month or two of bad trades or things like that, you need to overcome the stress and be able to execute your plan, uh, and improve your plan always. That's very important. Of course, when you're trading, you need to know what to do in order to improve your skills. If you're just taking something from somebody else, you might not understand it correctly, and you may not use it as good as you could. Now, uh, I'm thinking of a strange example, but uh, if you were to give up a sword to a martial arts expert, he will probably cut you into pieces, into small pieces, just because he knows how to use that sword. But if you are going to use the same sword, you're most likely gonna chop your foot off, or your hand, or something like that. You're probably gonna hurt yourself, and that's the same thing with trading. They are trying on the retail side. They are trying to teach you all kind of systems. Some are easy, some are complicated, and that's just by briefly looking at some things. And they are not really telling you how to use them. They are just telling you what they are and what they can do. And that's what happens. You go in, you invest some of your money, and you end up losing because they told you to enter at a certain point. When the red line crosses the green line, you have to enter, but they never tell you when to exit, how to exit, how much to spend, how to extend your trader. There are so many things that you have to add before you can say that yes, this is a strategy. It's not as simple as if that happens, you enter and you make money. It really isn't that simple. But this is a different story, and like I said, I'm not here to teach anybody how to trade. I am here to expose myself as a trader and post videos of my trades and of my work, and show you guys. Hopefully that but there will be interested guys in what I'm doing. Uh, for now, I'm not trying to promote anything. I don't really have the time or the interest to get into promoting some brokers, or I don't know, selling expert advisors. Like I said, if an expert advisor works, you don't really need to sell it. I mean, let's take this one for example. Now, I will not probably make uh, what is this? This is almost 40 millions. I'll probably not make 40 millions out of it, but still, as soon as I'll be able to open the account, and I will actually post videos of it trading live, I'm sure it's going to be a smaller profit, but still it's going to be a profit. Now, in order to generate a real profit from selling something like this, you have to take a lot of your time to build a marketing strategy and things like that. And if you're good at trading, you don't really need to lose your time doing anything else. You just need to stick to your plan, and it will get you out. That's the main reason why usually you don't get really good products on the market that you can actually buy. I'm not saying that there are not for good expert advisors for sale. I'm sure there are. This one, for example, this is an in automatic mode. It can be partially automated, as I will demonstrate in other videos. It can be used in many ways. It is decently simple. I haven't made it too complicated. I can make any add-ons to it, and this is just one of the trading robots that kind of uses a combination of the algorithms that I have previously used on other expert advisors that are also working. But I'm not really here to show you 20 different expert advisors that are all working decently and producing some profits. This is just a test run to show you that this kind of expert advisors really exist, and they really do work. And I will also show you different settings of it on a live trading account. Hopefully that this will in somehow it will uh, be a good information, and it will be interesting you guys to watch, and maybe we can uh, connect in some way, and I can help. You can ask me a question, or if you have a project you're working on and you would like me to help in some way. I don't know. I'm not really sure where this is going, but I I I haven't really saw any professional trader exposing its trades. I mean, I saw that they are exposing some strategies, which some of them are good, but very rarely you really see some good material, and usually you have to pay a very good amount of money for that. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't. You should, because this is like each and every other job. You have to pay for education. If you go through law school, for example, or if you go through, I don't know, whatever school you go through, you have to pay for the school. So it's pretty much the same thing, but you'll have to take different courses to understand. It's hard to tear them apart, because many of the so-called trader gurus, they are actually just some fakes, and it's it's not my call to tell you how to differentiate them, because I will probably still stay here for a couple of hours talking about what to do and what not to do, and I'm not really here for that. I just had some spare time. I ran some tests. I decided a couple of days ago to open a YouTube channel and post videos of my real life trading, just to expose the life of trading on real time with real daily trades. And this is just one video showing what what a setup of the Optim trader can do. Now remember that this is not something that can normally be used by retail traders, but the conditions for it to work, they really do exist, and I will do my best to set up the account as soon as possible. It will probably take me a couple of months, so don't expect it to be like tomorrow or next week or something like that. It takes a lot of time to organize things and to be able to negotiate a deal, and everything. It's decently complicated and time consuming, and time is not really something that I always have on the table. It's not like I'm spending 10 hours to make an analysis and enter a trade. No, I don't really need that long. It's kind of became an automation. You you're watching pretty much the same instruments every day, and you know them like you know your kids, because you're really eyeballing them for hours and hours and hours, and at some point you kind of get a hang of what the habits are. It's not like the market has real habits, because it's changing every single day, but there's still something that gives you a feeling of what might happen in the markets if you spend a lot of time analyzing things. So no, I don't. I honestly spend around an hour in the morning to analyze my entries, and then I know what to wait for. And if the price goes where I want it to, I enter. If it doesn't, I don't. Or that's pretty much how it works. I usually take trades that I on my personal account. I take trades that I would probably stop the same day. Some trades go for 2 maybe 3 days. On the other side, on the account that I'm trading, um, as a remote proprietary trader, I take even longer trades, uh, maybe 1 week and things like that. But mostly 2 days, 3 days. That's how I trade. So it's a more longer term orientated trading style. This here, it's a particularly setup. This is actually for scalping, so it's a totally different strategy. But it's only based on the fact that a move, a larger move, is actually composed of many smaller moves that can be exploited. So yes, scalping is real, and yes, scalping works. If you try to do it by hand, it is extremely time consuming and frustrating. uh, I mean, that's how I believe it is. I never done it. I never had the patience to scalp for 2 pips, 3 pips, and things like that. I did stop trades of 2 pips and 3 pips, but usually those are the trades that are coming back from the debt. That's how I call a losing trade that comes back to a small profit. So yeah, I did stop those kind of trades at a smaller profit, but uh, I haven't really tried to scalp the markets apart from testing the setups from for the expert advisors, because I had to modify the algorithm and the entries and everything like that. It in something like this, it goes. You have to invest a lot of time and a lot of testing, and you need a lot of things to put together in order to actually make it work. And this is actually a good product. It has a very high ratio of success, and as you'll see in the report, it's not really the win rate. It's the good money management in the back. It has a ratio of 3 to 1, and probably most of the guys that are watching this are going to know what that is. It means that for every win that you have, you can stand 3 losses. Now, on a on an account that will include commission, that's probably going to be uh, somewhere around 2.2, 2.3. It's not going to be 1 to 3, but the report is not going to be 1 to 3, but it's going to be 1 to 2.5, 2.2, 2.3, depends. It's still good because the winning ratio, is good enough to produce you profits, as long as the commission stays into a certain margin. I will trade today the same robot with the different settings. Probably the trades are going to be executed on JBP USD. So I don't know when you will be seeing this video. Probably in the future, but maybe you should browse the channel and see other videos of the trades. Okay, so we are finished with the test. Let's take a look at the report. So what it's saying is that we started with 10,000. We have made 44 millions in profits. Now, once again, this is from the start of 2013 up to the current date. As you can see, no major drawdowns were made. Actually, the drawdown has been of 0.16%. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with the drawdown, what it is, and for those of you who are familiar, you will know that this is a very good ideal drawdown. Um, we had a winning ratio of only 32.13%. Now, some of you guys are going to say, okay, how are you able to make money? We have to have at least 70, 50, 60% winning ratio. No, we don't. I honestly tell you, I will probably post more videos with different settings in the future. The same very robot with a winning rate of 9% can generate you uh, real profits, decent profits. Not this much of a profit. This is the best setup that the EA has, but it can still generate profits with a winning rate of 9%. It's it's not related to the percentage of the win. It's all related to the money management and the win to loss ratio. Keep that in mind. It is extremely important. This is a win to loss ratio of 3 to 1. So 32.13 has resulted into this huge profit. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch this video. I know it is extremely long. Don't forget to subscribe if you're interested in seeing more videos of expert advisors testing, and I will also try to explain how things work and what I'm doing on every specific setup. I will also place videos with real life trading, and uh, it's going to be winning days and losing days. It's all the real life of trading, a real execution on real accounts, and real money losing and real money making. If that's something you're interested in, then please subscribe to my channel, turn on your alert bell, and I'll see you guys soon. Thank you very much, and good luck trading. Bye bye.